Welcome to Traveler's Tales. I am your host, Greg Alonzo. Today I will be your guide through history as we take a look at your questions and your comments on the Napoleon of ancient Egypt. However, before we begin, just a reminder that we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon to be notified each time we post new videos. Moving right along. Our first question is from Beto. He wants to know, how many soldiers did Thutmose III have in his army? Beto, it's a good question. This pharaoh kept very accurate records of his campaigns. Depending on whom he was attacking, the army consisted of 10 to 20,000 warriors. Our next question is from Arthur. Arthur wants to know, who was the better commander, Ramesses the Great or Thutmose III? Well, Arthur, it depends on who you ask. As I previously stated, Thutmose III have very accurate accounts of his campaigns and the details of each battle. With regard to Ramesses, he loved to glorify himself. For example, he claimed a great victory over the Hittites at the Battle of Kadesh. Over the years, archaeological evidence tells a different story. In fact, the battle ended up in a draw with the Egyptians and the Hittites agreeing on a peace treaty. I would also add that Ramesses did not listen to his intelligence officers and trusted the information gained from prisoners. This led him into a trap, and had it not been for reinforcements coming to his aid, the Egyptians certainly would have lost the battle. Next, we have a question from Seth. He wants to know, how many chariots did Thutmose III have in his army? Excellent question. Seth the pharaoh had roughly 1,000 chariots in his army. I would also add that he made several modifications to the typical chariot, enabling the Egyptians to have better maneuverability, and this prompted them to excel on the battlefield. Let's press on. Our next question is from Magda. She wants to know, how many wives did Thutmose have, and who is his favorite? Magda, Pharaoh Thutmose III had many wives. However, his great royal wife was named Satia, which translates to daughter of the moon. Our next question is from Oscar. He wants to know who ruled after Thutmose III. Oscar, good question. Thutmose's heir apparent was his eldest son, Prince Amenemhat. He was also the son of the great royal queen Satia. However, he did not outlive his father, and Amenhotep II ruled in his stead. Next, we have a question from Olivia. Who was Amenhotep II's mother? Olivia, sounds like you know your history of ancient Egypt. Amenhotep II was the son of Pharaoh Thutmose and one of his minor wives, Matra Hatshepsut. Amenhotep became the heir apparent with the death of Prince Amenemhat. Let's see, here is an interesting question from Heinrich. It appears that Thutmose had the most advanced and modern army of his day. What about siege weapons? Heinrich, Pharaoh Thutmose III had the most advanced siege tactics for his day. When he launched his assaults on heavily fortified and massive walled cities like Kadesh and Megiddo, the pharaoh realized that no amount of men could breach those walls. He immediately built a moat and a palisade to keep the city's forces from launching any assault against him. As he laid siege to starve out the people, the Egyptians began building ramparts in order to launch their attacks. Ingenious. Let's press on. Ilya wants to know if the city of Megiddo is the same as the Bible's Armageddon. Yes, Ilya, Har Megiddo, the Mount of Megiddo, and Armageddon are one and the same. Let's see. Here's a good question. Sasha wants to know, why are so many battles fought in places like Kadesh and Megiddo? Sasha, excellent question. Basically, the topography is conducive for launching large military assaults. All one has to do is look at a map, and it is clear that the Levant is a large thoroughfare for trade that connects the major empires. According to the Hebrew text, Israel rose to prominence as a major trade partner with other kingdoms of the region due to its central location. Okay, our last question is from Giovanni. He asks, what was Thutmose's legacy on art and architecture? Well, Giovanni, with regard to art, paintings became less stylized and more realistic. Thutmose also built many tombs for his loyal military officers and fellow aristocrats, who faithfully served him. The Egyptians began creating various styles in architecture and better and more efficient building techniques. This brings us to the end of part 2 of the Napoleon of Ancient Egypt. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Traveler's Tales. As a reminder, we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon to be notified each time we post new videos. For your convenience, we have posted our email address and Instagram information. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to our channel. This really is the best way to help our channel grow. Traveler's Tales will return with foreign conquerors of Egypt. Until we meet again at the crossroads of folklore and history, Kartistos.